It's time for another closer look at a key Kentucky Oaks contender. And here's your host, Magic.
All right, Mike, Kentucky Oaks is the first 100-point prep race for the Kentucky Oaks is in the books. Echo Zulu returns. The undefeated Breeders' Cup Juvenile Phillies champion is still undefeated, but just by the hairs on her chin, holds off Hidden Connection to win the Fairground Oaks. She is atop the Kentucky Oaks leaderboard here with 130 points, but I got a feeling neither of us, based off of that effort, are going to keep her at number one on our list. Let's start at number 5 for you. Where are you going?
I am going to go with a horse that has never touched the dirt because I agree with Chris. This is absolutely wide open. Now, I am going to put a caveat on this. My number one horse has an asterisk next to it because I am assuming Secret Oath goes to the Kentucky Derby. Secret Oath would be my number one horse, and this list would be shaken up a little more, but I have her going to the Derby, and so therefore she didn't make my list. Number 5, I'm going with Bubble Rock, who we're going to see in the Grade 3 Fantasy at Oaklawn next time out. She won. She's never touched the dirt. This is a Brad Cox horse that debuted going 5 furlongs on the turf, was able to break her maiden at Saratoga on the turf, went to the Breeders' Cup, has run twice on the synthetic at Turfway Park, was able to get the job done in the stakes last time out at a mile, and will be stretching out and taking on the dirt for the first time in the Fantasy at Oaklawn. I think she's got real upside, and I realize that she needs to run well to even make the gates, but that Fantasy's not that tough of a field. And if she's able to roll and you get a Brad Cox horse like this where they believe there's enough talent to try the dirt, I think it's worth keeping an eye on her.
That is I did not expect Bubble Rock to be on the list, but is a really great pick for you. And she's shown that she can handle turf and synthetic. So watch out for her. Number 5 for me is a horse that has earned points, but is actually not earned any of them in America. I'm going to go with the horse is ranked right there, tied for number 6 with Kathleen. Oh, I'm talking about Shahama, currently now with
Love this horse.
I love this horse because she's such an enigma at this point. And Mike, again, this is number 5. I'm not saying putting her first overall here, but a horse that has made 4 starts all in Maidan, winning them by an average of over 2.5 lengths. This is a daughter of Munning, so she has American breeding out of a Belong to Me mare. So you're getting distance underneath, you're getting speed with the Munning side there. But why I love this horse is as soon as she wins the Group 3 UAE Dubai Oaks, going a mile and a 16th at Maidan, they immediately said, we're not going to the UAE Derby, which it looked like she could have been a short price for that race. We're sending her straight to America to trainer Todd Pletcher, who just won this race the Kentucky Oaks last year with Malathot. And by the way, we're not going to put her into a prep race. We're going to train her straight up to that. If there's one guy that can get a horse off of just a little bit of an effort into the Kentucky Oaks and win it, it's Todd Pletcher. So Shahama, complete enigma here, but I really love the upside that she has, and I love the faith that the ownership does, sending her to Todd Pletcher here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what her price is in the Oaks as well. She might be one of those horses you get a little bit of value on because of the overseas running lines.
Yeah, she is. She's definitely an interesting one. And I will say, if you're going to be handicapping that race and she comes in, you're just going to go, I don't know what to do about this, because the horse that she beat by 2 lengths in that last race at Maidan did not do so well against the boys in UAE Derby. Mike, where are you going number 4 here?
I'm going to go with another Todd Pletcher trained horse. Let's talk a little bit, and this kind of gives away the top side of my list, a little bit about Classy Edition. Ran second in the Devona Dale last time out, currently sitting 14th in the standings. Had a little bit of trouble in that race, too. I went back and watched the replay. Kathleen O gets a nice split and is able to absolutely run away from that field. Classy Edition wasn't able to press the go button. Wasn't able to press the go button on her when he wanted to. Ends up having to duck in, kind of got stopped a little bit, ducks in the inside, ends up running a strong second in the Devona Dale. This horse was undefeated going into that race, done absolutely nothing wrong. I'm a huge fan of Kathleen O. I'm going to put Classy Edition here in 4th.
That is
third, sorry.
No,
Fourth.
we're in 4th. We're talking 4th. That's an excellent pick. That's where I'm going with number 4 as well. Yeah, I love this horse. Another Todd Pletcher training. I've actually got 3 Todd Pletcher horses on here. You nailed all the great points on her, so I'm not going to waste any time. Where are you going number 3?
There's Echo Zulu on my list. Look, I think Echo Zulu is a darn good horse. The more I watch back that race from Saturday, the more concerned I am about her long term, though, because that was not a great start. And yes, it was off a bench. Yes, she was able to get the W. I've got some concerns. She was loose, shouldn't have been that close. I had concerns going into the Breeders' Cup, and I feel like I was right in the Breeders' Cup now. And the break for both Juju's Map and Hidden Connection is what was able to give Echo Zulu such a romp. So I'm going to go with Echo Zulu here at 3.
I left her off my list. I'm against Echo Zulu after that. It was very unimpressive to me.
I was wondering how you fit 3 Pletchers on here.
Yeah, it's an extremely slow effort. As Chris says, and I'm telling you as someone who had Hidden Connection bet to win that, I really thought the Hidden Connection was going to get by. Now, you do have the counter argument to that effort from Echo Zulu just barely winning, is that Echo Zulu barely won off of a 5-month break. Hidden Connection had to start under her belt and couldn't get the job done. So there is still some upside to Echo Zulu, but when it comes to going to the Kentucky Oaks off of what I just saw, I've seen at least 4 horses in America who I think have a better chance of beating her here, and that is going to go with the horse that you see there at number 11, another Todd Pletcher trainee. Her name is Nest. This is a horse that is a daughter of Curlin out of an AP Indy mare, and that exact breeding is what brought you your winner last year, Malathat, for trainer Todd Pletcher. This horse I don't think is as talented as a grinder as Malathat was. Nest has a little bit more of a press button. It's yet to be seen. Does she have the same heart that Malathat had? But I fully believe in Nest. I believe in her talent. I believe in the connections, and I believe in the pedigree. Might be a little high here, but I think that when the Kentucky Oaks comes, this is a horse that's just going to be perfectly suited for that race.
Yeah, there's a couple horses that aren't going to make the list here. My Derby list probably doesn't change a ton. My Oaks list could completely flip. Like this top 5 is much more difficult for my mind because we have a lot more to learn here still. A lot of these horses have not tried anywhere close to the distance. So I like this one's tough. Nest was one of the ones I considered. Ain't Easy was one of the ones I considered. Neither made my list. So this was, I thought, a little more difficult than putting together the Derby list. Number 2, I'm going to go to the horse that lost to Echo Zulu last time out. I'm going to take Hidden Connection at number 2. And here's why. I think you can make excuses for both of the last 2 races. I think Hidden Connection gets better with distance. And I kind of believe in this horse again after that terrible Breeders' Cup effort. Watching her try and run down Echo Zulu, who I respect Echo Zulu. If I have Echo Zulu sitting at 3, and I think Hidden Connection is going to get better with distance and is more versatile than Echo Zulu, I'm going to step up and put Hidden Connection here at number 2. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure. I'm still a little back and forth here, and I think there are other places to go. But I was impressed with what Hidden Connection did. And you look back, and the Lecrae race was one of those spots where just Hidden Connection's race got completely blown at the breaking from the 11 post, having to rush up, trying to get close to the lead, being 3 wide in the first turn. Then the crate breaks down, pushes her out, and there's just so much that happened in the prior race. You're saying that Hidden Connection had experience. I'm not sure how much Hidden Connection got out of that first start because of everything that happened. So I kind of want to draw a line through that and then say this was more of the first effort. I like the fact that we were closing. I think you're going to have a pretty decent pace set up in the Oaks, which plays to Hidden Connection, but has that tactical speed to stay close. So I'm going to give her a shot at number 2.
A horse that I really thought before all the scratches made it a basically 1-horse race in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies before they even broke. I was very in love with Hidden Connection going into that race. And Chris Maello was, and he's slowly falling back in love with her again. Listen, I've been broken one too many times by Hidden Connection. At this point, that was it for me. Fairgrounds Oaks, that was it for me with that horse.
This is one of those horses, though, that I've never heard connections this high. They absolutely believe in this horse, and it's a smaller group. I think it's Calhoun who trains this horse. They believe this horse is the goods, and they are going to continue running her in these type of races because they think she is that good. And you kind of go back to her whole story. It's just she's a pretty incredible horse, and I'm back in the boat, man. I'm back on the bandwagon, and my heart's probably gonna get broken here in Kentucky, but I'm back on the Hidden Connection bandwagon.
Well, and I've met the co-owners and breeders, Hidden Brook Farm, and a small operation like you're alluding to. Very wonderful people. So it'd be a really great story if they were able to get the job done. I'm not knocking it. I'm just not putting my money with it. I am, however, for number 2, going with a horse that didn't win last out. She didn't even get second last out, Mike Somich. It ain't easy to pick a winner in the Kentucky Oaks that hasn't done that yet, but I'm going with Ain't Easy for trainer Phil D'Amato. And let me tell you why. The best 3-year-old fillies in the country are not eligible for the Kentucky Oaks. They're still technically with Bob Baffert right now. They haven't been moved. 2 of those horses beat Ain't Easy last out in the San Isabel Stakes. But they only beat her late when she just kind of ran out of gas because, Mike, we hadn't seen her in 5 months. And oh, by the way, she'd had leg surgery since then. As somebody who's had multiple leg surgeries, I'm telling you, you don't come back from 5 months and just run the race of your life like that, especially when there's not one but two Bob Baffert horses that are going against you on the dirt. So ain't easy. Second off the layoff will be the Santa Anita Oaks. She was only 80% cranked going into the last race, St. Isabel. Trainer Phil D'Amato said so. John Velasquez knew that and still rode her to a third place finish. She showed a lot of heart and just really looked like she needed to get that race, get the rust knocked off. She was undefeated going into that. She had won the Chandelier, the grade 2 race last year in the fall at Santa Anita, so she can handle 2 turns, handle Santa Anita. I think third start off the layoff being the Kentucky Oaks. I love this spot for her. Go ain't easy.
Yeah, I think Secret Oath would have something to say about Baffert having the best 3-year-old fillies in the country. But
sorry, I'm so sorry. We're counting her. I'm with you. We're counting her as in the Derby. Yes, that's what I meant.
And I like, look, Ain't Easy was one that I have like in that 6th, 7th type spot. I need to see her come back and do a little bit more. I don't necessarily believe that California is that far ahead of everybody on the Philly side. Now, if you're correct in your argument that the best 2 fillies with Secret Oath off the board are both in the Baffert barn, yeah, I think this pick makes a ton of sense. I don't necessarily believe that to be true.
I'm taking a big risk here because you said it well, Mike. Our Derby top 5 is pretty locked in. Our Oaks top 5, and this happens every year. Ask me on Thursday who I like in Friday's race. I think we have the same number 1 here, and it's a horse that you've been on before me, so I'll let you talk about Kathleen O.
Throw her up, baby. The O. Look, I realized how good this horse was before the Devona Dale. I was lucky enough to do the preview for that race for Racing Dudes YouTube video, and that's when I started to like really dive into her. Very impressive horse. She's tactical. She's got talent. She's going to get better with distance. She looked awesome in the Devona Dale. Like, go back and watch that race. She tons of trouble and just owns them. Like I'm talking like serious, like boxed in with 4 horses around her trouble, and then just pops out. And as soon as she got loose, just spurts on by. Like I thought it was a really phenomenal performance. She has tactical speed if she needs it, so she can be close if they go slow. She can close if they go fast. I'm in love with. I 2 thumbs up for Kathleen O, baby. Let's go.
Throw up the O. Let's do it. Throw up the O for Kathleen O. We're just going to do this the whole time. Yeah, we love Kathleen O. Love the connections. Love Sugar McGahee. There's nothing not to love about this.
The hobby problem is real.
Well, listen.
Maybe switch the jock.
Here's the difference between Sugar McGahee and, say, Kenny McPeak or Dale Romans is when a jockey gives you a bad ride multiple times in prep races, you move on from them and find someone who will get the job done. So regardless of that, some people could say, I'm not going to, but some people would say that she won despite Hall of Fame jockey Javier Castellano being in the saddle. Again, I'm not saying that, but some people will. Regardless, see what I mean? She still won. Nick Feldman bringing in the heat, as he always does. And we're bringing the heat over at racingdudes.com, where we have you covered with free picks for every race, every track around the country. YouTube.com/racingdudes, full coverage of the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby trails. If you want to catch Mike, Somich, and I's updated top 5s for the Kentucky Derby, it's over there as well. Hit like if you like the video, subscribe if you like it. Tell us below in the comments who is in your top 5 for the Kentucky Oaks right now. Assuming Secret Oath goes to the Kentucky Derby, of course. We'll see you at the track.
This has been a presentation of RacingDudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels. Never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,